All right, so let's see how this works out. So yeah, my name is Addison Buchholz. This is a report on that career goal of being a clinical psychologist, and let's just dive into the what, the how, and the why of this career choice. So moving forward with the presentation, the job description. This is all the wordy definition from the website that was provided to us in the textbook. But basically, what what you're expected to do and required to do in this career is sit down with people, help them understand where they are mentally, emotionally, socially, and help them figure out where they want to be, and then sit down and diagnose any disorders or any issues they might have, and then choose your course of action based on your experience and practice and the different psychological approaches for treatments of individuals. So it does require a lot of schooling, does require a lot of speciality, but that's basically what you're expected to do in this profession. So the requirements as far as education goes for this career are kind of scattered, really based on where you live. I mean, laws aren't consistent across the US. A lot of places, I mean, there are some places you can get by with a master's degree, like it says here, but a lot of places you're going to need to have your PhD. And actually, in quite a few places, you're going to have to continue studying after that and get your postdoctoral training, which is like a an upper tier, um, what's that word? You're working for free.
Um,
We were just talking about this.
Internship.
Yeah, it's an upper tier internship. My bad. Yeah, postdoctoral training. It's an upper tier internship. It's just additional training in clinical practice because the PhD really a lot of times is a research based degree, so you don't have a lot of practice in the clinic. So that postdoctoral training really helps you um, be ready to clinically treat patients. So it's something that a lot of places require based on the laws and regulations in that area. Sorry about forgetting that there. I don't know how that happened. So that kind of comes down to my 4-year plan because there is a lot of education involved in this career choice, and I am only so far into my collegiate education. So right now I'm currently a junior. It's my first semester as a junior, so I still have 2 years left of this degree, and then I'll apply to graduate school and be 2 more years in graduate school to get a master's degree. And if that stays on track and the timeline goes as well as is expected, my 4-year plan is just that, to be in those 2 degrees, and then after that to move on to a PhD level schooling. So that's where that puts me. I'm not expecting to take any breaks, just move right on through. And I'm sure that at this point you're wondering, mais pourquoi? Or if you're not French, you might be wondering, but why? And it really comes down to just this interest I have in psychology, in the processes of the human mind, whether that be in psychological disorders or just in cognition in general, how we handle stressors and how we handle different environmental factors accompanied with that biological disposition that we may have. And also just because I do have this desire to work in a clinic and to be a therapist and a clinical psychologist. So I find this interesting because those are the two reasons that were listed in the textbook as the most common responses asked to psychology students and graduates for why they chose that career, that line of work, which I find fascinating because I fit that demographic and I fit that thought process. And in case you're wondering, this is my ugly mug. This is the person that's been talking to you. It's yeah, that was me when I got a haircut that I have only moderately regretted. And these are the sources. Just the link that was cited in the textbook. In the textbook itself, there were a few parts in there that I quoted verbatim for um, professionality and for the sake of giving you accurate information. But yeah, so that was the whole presentation. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and hopefully I can